Hey, what's up folks? This is Keith and you're watching Barber's Auto Help. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to replace the valve cover gasket on a 2AZ-FE engine. This is a Toyota engine used on a myriad of their vehicles. This particular vehicle that I'm working on here is a 2005 Scion TC. However, this information will apply to a lot of the vehicles out there with the 2AZ-FE engine in it. Of course, guys, before you get started, be sure that the engine is off and disconnect your negative battery cable and isolate it from the battery. Be sure the vehicle is in park and that the parking brake is applied. Now, typically you'll have an engine cover over the top of your valve cover here. I've already removed mine. If you have an engine cover, you'll need to remove yours as well. You have mostly 10mm fasteners up here, but before we go into disconnecting things and unbolting it, you want to disconnect your ignition coils. On your ignition coils here, these connectors, they tend to break, and I've got a video on how to replace these connectors. I'll post it down in the description, or I'll post it at the end screen of this video here. You can watch that video as well, because likely your connectors are going to break. But we'll need to unlock the locking mechanism by pushing down on this tab and then pull back on the connector. And then all of these have broken locking mechanisms to begin with, so we're just going to pull these right on off like so. Let's go ahead and get rid of our ignition coils. These are 10mm. Pull straight up on the coils. Let's go ahead and move this harness out of the way here. Tuck it off to the side. Remove the harness from here. Now these hoses here, got these little spring clamps on them. Just squeeze them together. You can actually do this with your hand. Just run the clamp back just a little bit. Off. Then pull your hose off. Now these hoses tend to break. You can see mine's broken already. And this hose broke in the process as well. Now you got 2 bolts right here in the middle. Let's go ahead and loosen those up. These are 10mm as well. Let's go ahead and loosen up the bolts and nuts on the circumference of the valve cover. Go ahead and work our valve cover off. We're going to take a screwdriver right here and just kind of put it in between the valve cover and the head and kind of pry up just a little bit. That did not take a whole bunch of force at all for some reason, probably because the gasket's saturated with oil. Just put it straight up and remove the valve cover. Okay, at this point here, guys, we got our valve cover off. We want to go ahead and clean up the mating surface thoroughly. You see all this residue and a little bit of coking and whatnot in the RTV. We got to get all of that stripped off so that the gasket has a nice clean metal mating surface to mate up against. Now mainly the RTV is going to be right here where the timing cover mates up with the cylinder head. Let's take a regular razor blade here and we just carefully scrape that off. Now when we're scraping it off, we're going to use care not to get that RTV down inside the engine. So we're going to scrape it towards the outside and get that RTV outside of the engine when we scrape it off. Now once we got the RTV cleared off there, you want to take a Brillo pad. This is a red one. You can get the green ones at the grocery store readily. And we're just going to scrape up that area and get it nice and clean. See how that's coming off right there? You don't want any RTV. You don't want any residue. You want just a plain metal surface. So we're going to continue to work on that and get that cleaned up real nicely. Now the same thing applies to that side. You're going to do the same thing on that side as well. Okay, now for the rest of the mating surface there, we're going to take and get a lint-free rag and soak it down with some brake clean and just wipe all of the surface where the gasket would mate, including around your spark plug tubes here. And we're just going to remove any oil residue off of those surfaces. Then we're going to take our Brillo pad and we're going to remove all the staining and sludge and whatnot from the mating surface. Again, folks, I know I mentioned it earlier, but you do want to be wearing some kind of protective gloves when doing this. I ran out of gloves. This is very bad for you. I don't suggest touching these chemicals or anything without some kind of protection on your hands. Okay, so we got our initial wipe down completed. Now we're going to take our Brillo pad and we're just going to remove this staining right here. All around the outside edge there, all around your spark plug tubes, right there, and around the front here where the gasket mates to the timing cover. Now I will say that some of this stuff right here is rather difficult to get off with a Brillo pad. What I do is I take my razor blade and I go diagonally like this and just kind of work it off. Now the thing about it is, when you're using a razor blade, you want to make sure that you don't gouge this metal surface. You want to go diagonally, don't go straight down on it and gouge into it. Make sure you got a good angle on it, make sure you got a fresh razor blade that is brand new, and that will help you to not mess up the surface. Now if you end up having to use a razor blade like I do, be sure to go back over those areas again with the Brillo pad, and then afterwards go back over it again with a lint-free rag soaked with brake clean. Alright, so I think I'm pretty well done. Now you can see the surface right here. There's a little bit of staining right there. There comes a point where you have to kind of back off. You're not going to be able to get all of that staining up, but you can see that it's pretty well just straight metal. There's no high spots on it. It's nice and smooth. Now I did that all around, including the spark plug tubes, also these mating surfaces right here where the bolt hole is. Got it all cleaned up all around the circumference there, and of course back there where the timing cover mates up with the head. So this thing is ready to receive the valve cover, but we got to clean up the valve cover, so let's go ahead and turn our attention to that. So let's go ahead and remove the gasket from the valve cover here. Get all this stuff up right there. Now you're going to want to clean the inlaid portion of the valve cover really well. I'd probably start by spraying it out with some brake clean, get all the oil and whatnot off of it. And you can take the Brillo pad, like the one I was using earlier on the head surface, and you can get down in that crack there and clean all that residue and all that staining out right there. But same thing applies to the valve cover as well. You want to get all of this stuff up so that you have just plain metal mating up to the gasket. And I went ahead and sprayed this off camera and got all the nooks and crannies cleaned up really well with some brake clean. So now I'm going to take my Brillo pad and I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning out these crevices really well. And you can see how that's already starting to get that grime and stuff out of there. We're going to do that for the whole circumference of the valve cover, including the spark plug tubes here and also inside there where the bolt hole is. Those grooves right there, we're going to clean those out as well, and all down the middle here. Now do note, after you clean out the inlaid portion or the crevices of the valve cover, you want to do a final rinse with some brake clean and make sure you get all the oil residue out of those crevices or the inlaid portion of the valve cover. All right, so we got our mating surface on our valve cover all cleaned up. I did that off camera, and this is about what you want it to look like after you're done. You want to have the inside or the inlaid area of the valve cover all around the outside edge where the gasket sits in there. Also the spark plug tube seals, you want to have the inlaid area on those as well, cleaned up just like what you saw. And don't forget where your bolt holes go in. The gasket goes down to those bolt hole receptacles. Be sure that that's cleaned up as well. All right, once you got your valve cover fully cleaned, go ahead and place your new valve cover gasket into place. And it's kind of intuitive how they actually go on. The raised portion goes down into the inlaid part of the valve cover. Go ahead and place it in and push it down and make sure it's fully seated. Do that with all your spark plug tube seals and of course your bolt holes here. And before you put this valve cover gasket in, of course you want to make sure that your valve cover is completely dry, completely free of oil residue, especially the inlaid portion, because you want this gasket to sit in there snugly and not accidentally fall out. Just go ahead and push it in all the way around. Okay, this valve cover is ready to go on. Of course, before you put your valve cover on, you want to make sure you put a little dollop of RTV right where the timing cover meets the cylinder head on both sides. There we go, and RTV has been applied. We're ready for the valve cover. Okay, valve cover coming in. Now, something you need to be cognizant of, this gasket may want to fall out on you. So we're going to flip it upside down, and we're just going to make sure that the gasket doesn't fall out as we put it in. Pull all this stuff out of the way here. We're just going to work it down in there. Kind of feel with your fingers. Make sure that that gasket hasn't come out. And we're still in place right there. Still in place all around there. Let's feel back here. Yeah, we're still in place there. All right, set it down into place. And go ahead and start putting your fasteners in place there. I like to start all of them by hand first. You want to make sure that they're threaded correctly, because if they're cross-threaded and you go to drive it home, you're going to be in big trouble. And by the way, the 2 long bolts go right here in the center. And then you have 6 short bolts like that go around the outside. And of course, these are nuts. All right, we got all the bolts and nuts started by hand. We can then take a cordless impact and just run them down. We're not going to really get on it. We're just going to simply just run it down until it's just snug. We're going to torque them down by hand afterwards. All right, let's run them fasteners down. And I kind of do it in a crisscross pattern. Really, I should have started in the middle here. And we're going to go ahead and torque these down by hand. And yeah, this isn't a torque wrench. This is just a regular ratchet. I've done plenty of these, so I kind of have a feel for how tight to tighten it. But if you care to have the torque spec, here it is, and you can use a torque wrench to torque them down properly. So I kind of do kind of a spiral pattern all the way out as I'm torquing it down, and do it that way. All right, once I get the last one torqued down, I then go around the world again, of course, and just double check them. Because what will happen is they'll start to loosen up once you get them all torqued down. Some of the ones that you already have torqued down previously may be loose again. Let's go ahead and fasten this back down. Let's go ahead and put our ignition coils back in. And by the way, guys, don't mix up your ignition coil bolts with these bolts that go around the outside of the valve cover. These are a good bit shorter than those, so these really wouldn't work too well. So you got to make sure you keep your bolts organized. Go ahead and snug these down by hand. All right, let's go ahead and reconnect our ignition coils. All right, we got those connected. Go ahead and pull our harness back up over here. Reattach it. Okay, and of course, you want to reconnect your hoses. This slides back on, and yes, you saw mine broke. Yours is likely to break too, so just keep that in mind. You slide that back on, you take your hose clamp, pull it back up over it, and this one as well is likely to break on you, so just keep that in mind. But you got to put that back on and put the clamp back on it there. I've got one of these coming. I was able to find this on Rock Auto. It'll be here in a couple of days. And of course, this hose here was not available on Rock Auto. I may have to get this from a Toyota dealership. I'm not sure. I have to research that. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you had a beauty cover over your engine, of course you want to put it back on. That's held on by these nuts here. So put that back on and you should be good to go. But before you do that, you want to start it up, let it run. Of course, make sure you got plenty of oil in it. let it run and just make sure your gasket's not leaking. Look at it all around the outside edge here. Take you a mirror to the back there, make sure she's not leaking on you, and make sure you're good to go. Then put your beauty cover on and you should be good to go there, guys. Folks, if you have any questions, comment down below. Guys, please read the entire description down below this video before you apply any of this knowledge. There may be some things I need to clarify. That's where I do that. And also, please read the disclaimer at the very end of it. Thanks again. Please like and subscribe.